Hello, hello, suppity sups up. How you guys doing? We're gonna be playing some Elden Ring, I'm pretty sure. That's what I kinda wanna do. I kinda wanna buy Cuphead, but I don't know about that. I'll probably buy that 2 days or so. I don't know. That's what I think. I just got back from work. I've been working pretty much every single day. Oh man, it's been a long couple days, that's for sure. Long couple of days. But I'm gonna be listening to this podcast that I would listen that well I'm gonna be listening to the Xbox Two podcast. I've been listening to them for quite a while now. Oh, $53. Sick. Makes me a bit happy. That's what I thought. I thought I should have gotten around like $50 or so. Sick. Okay. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Let me go ahead and bring this out. All right. I have my controller. I'll plug that in. Um, it's a bit weird. Okay. I would say that right now, I specifically want to talk about Xbox. I just simply know more information about Xbox. I've always been an Xbox player other than like Nintendo. I don't want to. Actually, yeah. I want to say there's a lot riding on this showcase. I feel like a lot of the executives over at Xbox also kind of understand this. I don't want to put a lot of pressure, particularly like on any level up. You could spend runes to increase your attributes as your attributes increase. Okay. Like I really don't want to put a lot of a lot of pressure on. Okay. Now we should be good. Let me check. Okay, sick. I'll play this in the background for a bit. Okay. I really don't want to put a lot of pressure on any of the studios over at Xbox. Mainly because doing that I think is a bit, I don't know, disrespectful. I don't really want to. Okay. Oh shit. I kind of forgot how to. Let me sit down and let me look at my stuff for a second. Uh, System. A lock on. Why can't I lock on to anybody? Yeah, I know which one's a lock on. That's a bit weird. But I would say in the coming of weeks. Let me see if I can. Okay, why can't I not lock onto them? That's a bit irritating. I would really like if I can actually lock onto them. Why not? Am I just not able to? But I would say that, like, the showcase, Xbox showcase, I know more about Xbox than I know about PlayStation, but I do know quite a bit about PlayStation. I know that the CEO, like, what he said, I think it was, when was it? I think it was 6 months ago or so. He had an interview with Bloomberg, I'm pretty sure. It was either Bloomberg or Washington Post, where he talked about how he wants to make 10 live service games in the following decade. They want to go all out on live service games, so also doing their, standard blockbuster, like single player games as well. That's what they plan on doing. That's the reason why they also acquired Bungie. That's also why they acquired was like Fire Studios, Frost something Studios, whatever it's called. But for Xbox, it's completely different. Their entire business strategy revolves around Game Pass. That's the reason why Microsoft is planning on acquiring Activision Blizzard for like $60-something billion, or it was however much it was. Microsoft does not make most of their money like Sony does off of gaming. They make most of their money from cloud service providers. They are the cloud service provider by Windows, all that shit. They made their trillions of dollars off of that shit. They're actually planning on shutting down Xbox until that dude isn't dead, really. They're actually planning on shutting down Xbox before Phil Spencer convinced Satya Nadella, who's the current CEO of Microsoft, to actually let them stay. Because why would he want a failing business? Not a failing business, a failing division. Like, does that make any business sense? Like, any business sense whatsoever? No. Especially, like, a failing brand like the Xbox was. And still is right now, actually. Good night, Mom. I mean, close my door. Like, does it make any sense? No. So, like, somehow, I guess I have to play. Could play, let's see. Let me end this because for some reason, I don't know, I can't do it right now. Because, like, right now, the Xbox's brand compared to Sony, Nintendo is abysmal. There's nothing there. There's no good games other than, I guess, Forza. Yeah, other than Forza, there's no other games that Xbox really has associated with them. They own Mojang, but Mojang is its own thing. Like Minecraft's brand isn't under Xbox. You know what I mean? Like Halo's associated with Xbox. All these other games are associated with Xbox. Minecraft isn't, so you can't really, classify Minecraft as a brand under Xbox. So it's like really nothing. But they did acquire Bethesda, which has Elder Scrolls, as Doom, as a lot of these legacy IP that are really really good. They're really fun. They're really famous IP that everybody like. That's a beloved IP, I would say, actually. Especially Doom. Everybody loves Doom. Actually, so with Elder Scrolls as well. Elder Scrolls is sold tens of millions of copies. Skyrim alone has probably sold well over like 40 million copies. And then all the previous Elder Scrolls games, like, I would say that's bigger than Halo in my opinion. Elder Scrolls is way bigger than Halo, actually. If you ask anybody ever heard of Skyrim, they'll say yeah. Same with Oblivion if they're older. Same with Morrowind if they're older as well. Morrowind and Oblivion are both masterpiece games. Like the Elder Scrolls franchise in general, I don't think has ever had a bad game. People like a lot of people actually say if they played the previous games that Skyrim was the worst game compared to Oblivion and Morrowind because Oblivion and Morrowind had more RPG mechanics. Skyrim is kind of like a soft RPG when you really think about it compared to the previous games. Doom as well is bigger than ever. I mean, let's see. I guess I could play. Mm, I guess I could play Sekiro. I could play some Sekiro. I haven't touched that game in quite a while. or or I could play. I was never able to. I was never able to actually like finish the Civ 6 tutorial because every single time I got home from work, I was fucking dead, and it was already 11 o'clock, and I was kind of like, oh okay, I don't really want to play anything. But I guess I could just play Civ. I'm fine with that. I would say right now that the brand is at an all-time low. I've been following the gaming industry now, and more specifically Xbox, for probably like since I was my sophomore year. I would say I know mostly about Xbox. I don't know a whole lot about Nintendo or Sony, but I know a fuck ton about Xbox. I want like the entire big three. I want all of them to do good, truly. But it's like for some reason, I don't know what it is, but like the executives at Xbox are just so incompetent that they don't. That it just truly seems not Phil Spencer. I truly believe Phil Spencer is really talented and really he truly does want the brand to succeed. I do believe that. But it's like the marketing team are so incompetent. Matt Booty, who's the head of Xbox Game Studios, I would also say is really incompetent. I know the reason why all the studios got acquired is because of the promise that they'll be completely autonomous. But they don't deserve to be completely autonomous if they don't make good games. Like someday, like Microsoft truly needs to step in and be like, yeah, you can't make this game. This game is shit. Like, don't fucking release this dog shit. Like there comes a time when you actually have to step in and say, no, you can't do this. You just can't. You can't release this game. You can't release Redfall. Now I understand Redfall is under Bethesda, not under Microsoft Game Studios or Xbox Game Studios. A lot of people might not know this, but Bethesda, even though they're under Xbox, they are completely autonomous from the Microsoft Game Studios branch. Or Xbox Game Studios branch, I apologize, because now it's Xbox Game Studios, not Microsoft Game Studios. But the Xbox Game Studios branch, so actually I'm going to show you. Let me show everybody. Because some people just don't really know what the fuck is happening, I guess. Like, and this blatantly spread misinformation, which really pisses me off. Xbox Game Studios. It's literally in a Microsoft-owned website, Xbox website. Now, let's look. This is Xbox Game Studios. These are all the studios are under specifically Matt Booty. Okay? All these Xbox Game Studios publishing, what they make is Ori. Like, if anybody knows Ori, that's what Microsoft Xbox Game Studios publishing. It's first-party publishing, meaning that they own the IP. It's made by a third-party publisher, Moon Studios, which made Ori, but they own the IP. Okay? They own the IP. That's Xbox Game Studios publishing. Currently, Contraband. If people don't know what Contraband is, that's a third-party studios made by Avalanche. a third-party game. What is it called? Not Control. I was looking. That's Remedy. Contraband game. Co-op heist game set in the fictional 70s. This is owned by Xbox, but made by Avalanche Studios. Avalanche Studios people who made Mad Max, Just Cause, Rage 2, Just Cause as well, whatever the fuck it was called. This is all Xbox Game Studios, 343 Studios, you know, the shitty fucking Halo studio. World's Edge, I love them. They make Age of Empires. The Coalition made Gears. Compulsion. Compulsion made We Happy Few. Double Fine. Everybody loves Double Fine. They're the people who made Psychonauts 2. And, what's the other game they made? Fuck, with Jack Black. I forgot the game, but you know what I mean. Obsidian. Everybody loves Obsidian. People made Fallout New Vegas. People made are currently making Avowed. They also made Path of Exile. Playground Games currently making Fable, Forza Horizon series, Rare. Everybody knows Rare. They made Donkey Kong. They made a bunch of Nintendo IP. They made also Perfect Dark. They also made Banjo-Kazooie, Turn 10, Forza Motorsport series, and Undead Labs are currently making State of Decay, where they currently run the State of Decay franchise. This is all under Matt Booty. Okay, this is Xbox Game Studios. They're completely separate from Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda Softworks, everybody knows them. They're the company that they were originally under ZeniMax before they got acquired by Xbox. Bethesda Game Studios, people make now. A lot of people get confused with Bethesda Game Studios and Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda Softworks is a publisher. The publisher. They don't make. Like, everybody confuses them with Bethesda Game Studios. Bethesda Game Studios is the people who made Fallout and the Elder Scrolls franchise and currently Starfield. That's Bethesda Game Studios, okay? Bethesda Softworks is the publisher. They also publish ID Softworks games, or Softworks games, or software. ID Software games, which are the people who made Doom. Arcane is the people who made Deathloop and Dishonored. Machine Games are the people who made the fucking what the fuck did they made? I forgot what did they make? Machine. It's this fucking World War II game. Machine Games. Wolfenstein. The people who made Wolfenstein. The Roundhouse Studios. It's really fucked up what happened with them. So Roundhouse Studios were previously like not Visceral Games. Visceral Games people made Dead Space. They're originally like a different studio, but they made the original Prey games, and they got acquired under Bethesda. Then there's Alpha Dog Games. They're a mobile game studio, and then there's Tango Gameworks. They made Hi-Fi Rush, and they also made some horror game. What did they make? They're by the way, they're a Japanese studio. Yeah, but what the fuck did they make? English, please. Thank you. Arigato. What the products? Psycho Break. They did not make Psycho Break. They made what did they Psycho. No, it's not called Psycho Break. What's the English name? Tango Gameworks. Evil Within. Yeah, Evil Within. And Ghostwire Tokyo. But that's Bethesda Softworks. When everybody says, why do Bethesda Game Studios fuck up Doom or some shit? Bethesda Game Studios did not make Doom. ID Softworks made Doom. It's so infuriating when people say that, because it just shows how like fucking stupid you are. It actually just shows how stupid you are. Like, oh my god, it's so irritating. Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda Softworks. Bethesda Softworks is completely autonomous from Xbox Game Studios. The whole reason why they acquired Bethesda is so they don't have to bother publishing and worrying about the studios. It makes sense when you think about it. When you're trying to run a business and you're planning on acquiring a bunch of studios, why not acquire a publisher and have an entire publishing arm so you don't have to worry about like managing all these studios? You already have all the employees who can manage those people. So like, why not acquire Bethesda then? So that's what they did. They acquired Bethesda, which Bethesda was already running at a loss because they didn't have any like live service games and they weren't under any first party publisher or a console distributor. So they're making all these like single player games, which by the way, making a single player game is insanely expensive because you don't have any like reoccurring revenue like compared to any Activision games or compared to Microsoft, which owns Minecraft. That's a live service game. Microsoft makes a fuck ton off of Minecraft. Sony is a bit different because, PlayStation is under Sony and they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They don't have to worry about anything like that. But when you're like a solo publisher, you kind of need a live service game in 2023 because that's where you make all your money. Epic Games, reason why they're so profitable, other than owning Unreal Engine, is because they have Fortnite, and Fortnite makes billions upon billions of dollars. They don't really have to worry about not making any money because they own a very valuable IP, which is, Fortnite. Microsoft's like entire I don't want to say their business strategy because their entire business strategy is make Game Pass profitable. They don't care about having some like I don't know. They don't necessarily care about a game selling 50 million copies because what their main goal is to like get Game Pass to be profitable. If they really wanted to be like I don't know a very traditional console publisher, then they'll make all the games exclusive to like Xbox Series X and S. But that isn't their goal. Their goal is Game Pass, so they release their games on PC day and date. My main issue right now with Microsoft as a whole, the publishing like everything, Bethesda and Xbox Game Studios, is they don't have any game that's actually worth like to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass or even to buy the game itself. There's nothing. There's nothing there. Sony has a lot of really good games that I actually want to buy, but their issue right now is can you actually make the games fucking run on PC? Like, can you actually do that? Like, that's their issue. They're a multi-billion-dollar corporation and they can't get one thing fucking right on PC. That actually like flabbergasts me that they can't do that. But that's I can have an entire stream of me ranting about Sony's incompetence on PC. Like if you're worth over $100 billion and you have the software engineers that are making over $600,000 a year and they can't fucking actually port a game, that makes me livid. You make all that money and you can't get one thing right. That irritates me to no end. Like, what are you doing? Like, you literally own, you acquired a studio that specializes in ports. Like, specializes in ports. Not a lot of people know this, but then again, like, you don't follow the gaming industry. But they literally acquired Nexus Studios. Where the fuck is it? Is it called Nexus Studios? I'm pretty sure it's called Nexus Studios. PlayStation. Is it that? What the fuck is it called? Why did I think it was Nexus? PlayStation Studios. Where is it? Where is it? Not Ben Studio. No. Nexus. That's what it is. Specializes in. Let's see. They're a port studio right here. They're the people who ported what's that one game that was made by Housemarque U? But that's what they do. They specialize in ports. So they ported this over, they ported that over, and that's what they do right here. Very experienced team. I don't give a shit about you, Herman Hulst. You're a jackass in my opinion, but that's for a different day. Passion for improving games and delivering the best possible experience for gamers. Their goal is that type of shit. Technical and development expertise to an IP powerhouse. Looking forward, yeah. That's what the fuck they do. What their main goal with them is like ports. That's what they do. They just ports fucking games. But they weren't the ones who ported Last of Us. The people who ported Last of Us was some other shitty fucking port studio who worked hand in hand and collaborated with Naughty Dog to help them port The Last of Us Part 1 over to PC. But that's where this is an entire different thing. Let's not worry about PlayStation. PlayStation actually, for the most part, are doing really good and make really, really good games, but they can't port for shit. But that, that's for another day. Other than God of War was actually really good at port. But then again, I love Sony Santa Monica Studios. They're an insanely talented developers over there. Quarter Borlog, all of them over there are insanely talented. They deserve as much time as humanly possible to make all of their games. Let me get rid of that, and that. I would say though that this Xbox showcase that's coming June, or is it? Yeah, June 11th. If they don't nail this out of the park, there's going to be some serious issues in my opinion. I'm not saying that Starfield needs to be a 10 out of 10 like Breath of the Wild like type of game. I don't really give a shit if Starfield's good or not. I really want it to be good. I'm not saying release a bad game. Some people think just release if it's shit. No, don't do that shit. I know Sony. Yeah, I'm gonna react to Sony showcase tomorrow. I think that the Sony showcase tomorrow. I have 10 ideas of what I think is going to be in a Sony showcase tomorrow. I think Spider-Man 2, I think, is a guarantee. All right. Let's actually just pull up. Let's pull up Sony Studios right now. Or PlayStation Studios. PlayStation Studios. I have, let's see. Team Astro, I don't think anything's going to happen with them. Ben Studios, I don't think they made. Let me see. I can't remember what the name was, but it was a zombie game. Days Gone. Days Gone. When did Days Gone come out? $2019. All right. Did they release any DLC? I don't think it. All right. So that's 4 years. I think Ben Studio can show their next upcoming game if it's been 4 years. Housemarque Q, I don't expect anything. Bluepoint only does remakes. I don't expect anything from Bluepoint. Frostbite, they just got acquired, I think last year. I don't expect anything in regards to Frostbite. In regards with Frostbite, I mean Frost is that Fire? Not why did I say Frostbite? Fire Sprite. So I apologize. I don't really expect anything from them. Gorilla, they just made Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't really expect anything, or Horizon Forbidden West. I don't expect anything from them. Housemarque Q, they just made Returnal. I don't expect anything from them. Insomniac Games, I expect Spider-Man 2 to be out tomorrow. Or I expect, I'm sorry, a gameplay reveal with them. Liden Studio only does PlayStation VR. I don't expect anything from them, or if I do, I don't really care about it personally. M&M, I think they just got acquired. I think they just got acquired. I don't know what have they done. Yeah, what have they done? I have never heard of this studio before. Are they a UK-based studio? What media? Why can't I spell media? Am I dumb? Oh, it's because duh. Molecule. Oh, they make AA games. 2020. I expect something from them. Oh, thank you, Luke. Wait, Oh, Little Big Planet. I apologize, Luke. I'm sorry. That's what they made. Okay, I expect something from them. It was 2020. When did it come out? 2020. I expect something from them. That was 2020. All right, that's 4 years ago or 3 years ago, and it's probably going to come out in 2024. I expect something from them. Naughty Dog. I don't expect a single thing from Naughty Dog unless it's their Last of Us factions. I guess Luke. I know you. I know it isn't like factions, but that's like Last of Us multiplayer, whatever they're making. I other than that, I don't expect a single thing from them. Nexus, they're an optimization studio. I don't care about them. Pixel Plus, are they new studio? Pixel Plus. Let's look them up. It was established and okay, so they're an in-house made studio. That's actually really interesting. Sony doesn't really do that a whole lot. Yeah. How many I'm actually learning something here. I didn't even know they were a thing. Studio headcount. It's really hard to type. I have my phone literally right next to my keyboard. Do they not have like a fucking website? Oh, they're shutting them down. That's fucked up. Well, that's nice. Go in and fire more employees, jackass. They literally shut down Japan studio as well. Like they literally fired like how many employees? Like 200 employees there, and they just merged it with. And they created another studio. I remember this happened a while back. They made another studio just called Team Astro's Playroom. Yeah, this is it. Insanely talented team over there as well. They actually helped make Bloodborne. Really talented team over there. But that's for another day. Polyphony Digital, I don't expect anything from them. They make Gran Turismo. That's the baseball studio. Santa Monica. Now, this is really interesting. I think there's a 50-50 chance of Cory Borlog showcasing his game and not showcasing his game. So Sony Santa Monica Studios is obviously the studio behind God of War, but they're also making another game. I think there's a 50-50 chance of them actually showcasing something. Sucker Punch Studios behind Ghost of Tsushima. I don't expect anything from them. Valkyrie Entertainment. Is this a new team? Oh, so there's a support studio. Okay. That's actually really smart Sony's part for doing that. And then there's kind of like the Xbox Game Studios Publishing. This is their like first party publishing arm or third party publishing arm where they own the IP, I'm pretty sure. But this is just from first party. I expect, let's see, one. I'll just say two for that. 3, 4. That's getting shut down. 5. I expect 5 games from first party. That's actually a lot. You have to remember, I'm pretty sure it's a 90-minute showcase. Let's look that up. PlayStation showcase. Did Jim Ryan ever actually... Don't believe any of what these fucking people say right here. Don't believe IGN. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. PlayStation blog. Pacific time. That's 1 p.m. Pacific, so that's... What time would that be, Luke? I don't even know. Like 4 p.m.? 3 p.m.? Pacific time is 3 hours away, so 4 p.m. Okay, so... They don't say how long the showcase is going to be. I'm going to say it's going to be between an hour to 90-minute long showcase. But I think there's going to be 4 to 5 first-party games. Maybe, I know, between 3 to 5. It's between 3 to 5 first-party games. They're most likely going to showcase a new Final Fantasy game as well. I don't expect a single thing from Rockstar. I really encourage people to not expect anything from Rockstar. If Rockstar does not show a single thing with GTA, it's not coming out next year. It's just not going to happen. They're not gonna they're not gonna market a game for 6 months. They just don't do that. All their previous games, they never marketed it that close when it comes out. They just don't. If it's right now, I expect GTA 6 to come out in 2025. That's what I expected. So I think that the PlayStation showcase is going to be really good as long as they focus on exclusive games. I think it's going to be really good, or they focus on blockbuster games. Sony has cultivated this culture surrounding their console as like the premier console for blockbuster games. Blockbuster games, a AAA or like AAA games that have a budget of upwards of $100 million. That's what AAA game is, and that's what people associate with PlayStation. They associate them as a blockbuster IP. Case in point, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, those big AAA games. So that's what I kind of expect from this showcase. That's what they showed in their last showcase. I think it's gonna be really good though. Oh yeah, Bungie. Yeah, Bungie as well. Um, why is Bungie not on here? That's really fucking weird. But Bungie, they're making another game right now. They also, I looked a while back, like 3 weeks back. I was looking at their careers, and they're hiring quite a bit. They're hiring quite a bit, but they're also hiring for like an unannounced IP. It's rumored that this IP is going to be a competitive shooter. Yeah, unannounced project right here. Build strong. No, no. That's not that much for a senior software developer. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, it's project design. I was about to say. I didn't read that. But honestly, I think Bungie right now, like, I really want to believe that Bungie's next game is going to be really good. But at the same time, I remember Destiny 1 being like so good, and then they released Destiny 2, and I was kind of like stone faced. I was like, oh. But then all the new expansions came out, and it was like so fun. But then they released their newest one, and I'm just like, oh, it's like that, okay. But that's for another day as well. But I honestly, I believe Sony Showcase is gonna be really good. There's gonna be a lot of really cool things over there. I don't think there's gonna be. Don't expect anything from Software as well from this upcoming showcase. They already showed Armored Core gameplay, so I don't really think they're gonna release anything else. I think From Software has grown as a brand to the point that they don't even need to actually like go in. They don't have to go to like the Xbox Game Showcase or the Sony Showcase in order to actually in order to show off some gameplay of the upcoming games. They're kind of growing to a point of like Rockstar level in their own way, in their own kind of like Soulsborne genre. Like the really unique kind of gameplay that they kind of cultivated and made. But let's look at Xbox Game Studios. Xbox Game Studios. So here's Xbox Game Showcase. This is really interesting because the previous showcase, there's like a lot of leaks that happened before the Xbox Games Showcase. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. But there's a lot of leaks going on, and there's a lot of rumors that are happening as well. A lot of them are fake, but some of them are real. Like a lot of people are thinking Avowed is going to show up. If you guys don't know what Avowed is Obsidian's next like AAA RPG. Okay, This is the first time Obsidian has ever had the time and also actually had the budget to release a AAA game. I truly believe like Obsidian is an insanely talented studio that if you actually give them the time, they can release a really good game. That's a key word, time. As long as Microsoft does not rush the game, it should be really good. There's some like a lot of stuff that has happened over at Obsidian though. They had to reboot the game because they're being like based off what Jason Schreier has said. A lot of people retired and some people left. Also, they're being a little bit over ambitious, and from another leaker said, which is Jess Corden, that they were trying to do co-op. They were trying to like incorporate co-op into the game, but it got rebooted. So at the same time, most likely co-op was removed, and also it was also rebooted. By the way, it was rebooted like early 2021. So basically, they just reused a lot of those assets, and they it was a soft reboot, and also it wasn't canceled. So at the same time, I think Obsidian, like Avowed, is going to be really good. Hopefully, but at the same time, one of my favorite directors who's over at Obsidian, Josh Sawyer, who was a director of Fallout New Vegas, which in my opinion is one of the greatest games of all time. He wasn't working on it. He was working on Pentiment, which is also a really good game, but it was also like it was only made by like 15 people or 15 employees over at Obsidian. Insanely good game. I highly recommend it. But I'll show you guys what Avowed looks like. This kind of give the vibe of what it is. Hopefully, we get a gameplay review of Avowed. I think it's extremely likely that we will see a gameplay review. I just think it kind of makes sense based off of when the game was made and how far it is in development. But this is what it is. 1440p.
We have always known war. It forged our empire. Turned heroes into queens and kings. And decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken. And you must face the monsters our sins have borne.
I want to pause it right here. This right here looks like it's heavily inspired by the Elder Scrolls. Just look at the movement right here. Sword in a right hand, and then you have the spells on the left. That just looks like it was heavily inspired by Elder Scrolls, which makes me a bit happy, honestly. Like it's Obsidian's take on the Elder Scrolls.
Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
But this is based off of the Pillars of Eternity world. So that's really cool. It's really cool. I expect this game to be at the showcase because it kind of makes sense. A lot of people were saying it was going to come last year. It didn't come last year. So it should come this year then. As long as... I mean, like... As long as they don't fuck it up, it should come this year. Wait, why is that my thumbnail? Oh, I don't fucking have a thumbnail. Why don't I have a thumbnail? I don't care. I honestly don't care. Okay. This is one game, one first-party game that I kind of expect at a showcase for Xbox. I don't expect Fable. I really don't expect Fable from Playground Games to come this year. I don't expect that game. I don't expect any gameplay reveal until, honestly, like 2024 or 5. I really don't expect it to come this year. It's a bit sad we only got like one thing from we got one teaser trailer, but it's okay. I'm a bit disappointed, but I want the game to be perfect because it's a reboot of one of my favorite franchises. But it's another day. Let's look at Hellblade. I kind of expect a more deep. I kind of expect a deep dive from Hellblade 2. We got one thing that was last year.
With an unshakable truth.
This game honestly looks really good, but this is also vertical slice. So if this wasn't going to be good, if this trailer wasn't going to be good, then that'd be kind of shocking. It's also made by Ninja. Not Team Ninja. Why am I forgetting a bunch of shit today? Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory. This is from Ninja Theory, insanely talented studio over in UK. Honestly, I expect this game to be pretty fun at the very least, or have a deep, like, pretty have like a really good story. That's two games. Let's see. Let me look. All right, let me get rid of all this shit. All right. So I expect something from, let's see, Compulsion Games is a 50-50. Deep Double Fine, I expect not a single thing. Xbox Game Studios Publishing, I actually expect a couple games from them. Or at least one. Contraband, I expect Contraband. And Exile, I would love. And Exile is one of my favorite studios of all time. Even before they're acquired by Xbox, I love an Exile. They know how to make a fucking game. Why do I have that? Oh, that's from Aspen Gold. I love an Exile, okay? They're one of my favorite series of all time. They made Wasteland 3. They made the entire Wasteland franchise. The person who made the studio or founded the studio is Brian Fargo. He was originally part of Black Isle Entertainment. They're the people who literally made the Fallout IP. Okay, literally made the Fallout IP. And like Brian Fargo is also one who created the name Fallout. And heavily contributed to the story of Fallout. I'm pretty sure as well. Insanely talented developer. He founded Exile, and then in 2018 they got acquired by Xbox, and they're making like a triple A. Like I'm pretty sure making a triple A steampunk RPG FPS RPG game, which sounds insanely unique. I really look forward to like an Exile's newest game. I don't expect it this year though, but I could be wrong. But I don't think I'm gonna be wrong in this on this. I mean, like an Exile, I don't expect the game to come out until like 2026, honestly. So don't expect anything from them. Mojang, don't expect anything from them. Ninja Theory, expect a Hellblade trail, a gameplay trailer. Obsidian, expect a gameplay reveal. Don't expect anything from Playground. Don't expect anything from Rare. They did a hard reboot on the IP Everwild. Turn 10, I mean, yes, I really don't want to waste another 15-minute demo on a fucking car game. Okay, I don't want that. Undead Labs, don't expect anything from them. Bethesda, it's guaranteed to happen. Starfield gameplay showcase. That's gonna be after um the 90-bin Xbox Games showcase, so don't expect anything from them. Alpha Dog Games, don't expect anything from them. Cinemax Online Studios, they're making a new MMORPG. 50-50 chance on if we're actually gonna get anything from them. I'd lean more on the doubt side, honestly. Tango Gameworks, don't expect anything from them. ID Studios, honestly, I'll dream of a Quake game, but I honestly don't know. Arcane, don't expect anything from them. Machine Games, they're making an Indiana Jones game. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know anything from Bethesda, but I would lean more on the doubt side. Roundhouse Studios, I don't fucking know what they're doing, dog. I don't know what they're doing. They could honestly be doing like I mean, Alpha Dogs. What the fuck are they doing? Why do they not have a tab as well? Roundhouse Studios, like, I heard that they were like a support studio, but they could. But I also heard they were making an IP. I don't know. I expect like a 10% chance at most that they're actually fucking doing something. I really doubt they're doing anything. But yeah, that's so. Let's count. Let's count. So, oh yeah, 3 for 3. Don't expect. I hope they don't show anything. Dog shit studio. Absolute dog shit. World's Edge as well. Don't expect anything from them. Coalition. They're making Gears. They're originally making like a new IP. I wish they're continuing Gears. I mean, the Coalition's insanely talented studio. I wish that Microsoft like would let them fucking make a new IP and like push them to make a new IP. They're originally doing that, but then I heard that they stopped doing that. They stopped making new IP and they're focusing on Gears. Why? Why do that? Why make another Gears game? Jesus Christ, that pisses me off. But that's for another day. Okay. So let's see. I hope we see Compulsion Games new IP. It's like his Deep South, like goth type of game. That sounds so cool. But yeah, so 1, 2. Oh yeah, initiative as well. Perfect Dark. Honestly, I don't know about Perfect Dark. I would say more on the no side, but I don't know now because I heard they're getting rid of the 12-month thing that they were doing in the last showcase, where they're just showcasing everything that was going to come out in the next 12 months, but that went in an epic failure, so they stopped doing that. I hope what they're going to be doing now is they're going to be showcasing the games that are going to be coming out within the next 2 years. So the next 2 years, 2024 and 2025. Showcase games are coming out in the next 2 years. That seems really intelligent. Do that. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just gonna put turn 10. You might as well put turn 10 because Forza Motorsport is, I heard, going to be coming out, I think like in October, or they don't actually have a release date, but it's coming out in 2023. All of us know this. It said 2023, so I'm expecting it to come out in 2023. So let's say 5 first party games right here. But then we have the Starfield showcase, which is happening after the Xbox showcase, so that's a guaranteed 1 hit right here. Bethesda Game Studios, Starfield, that's gonna be a 30-minute gameplay reveal. Hopefully it's good. I don't want a bad game. I don't think a single person on planet Earth wants to play a bad game. I want it to be good. I truly, truly do. But at the same time, I've been waiting for an Elder Scrolls game for now since I was like, when did when did Skyrim come out? Like 2011. I'm 20 years old right now, so I was like 2011. I was like 8 years old. I was like 7 or 8 years old when that fucking game came out. That's nutty. Okay, that's like nutty. I pray to God that this game is going to be good. Please, for the love of God, Todd Howard, if the game is not ready, don't release it. Like I don't know Xbox's like obsession over releasing a game that's fucking broken. Like stop doing that. Does it make any logical sense to release a game that's fucking broken? Like does that make any sense? PlayStation doesn't do that. Well, I guess PlayStation does do that when it comes to ports, but not when it comes to like a game when it first comes out. Nintendo never does that. Unless it's Pokemon, but they don't run Pokemon. Like Pokemon is ran by 3 different studios. They only publish the game. They don't own the IP. Game Freak is the one who makes the games. They don't own Game Freak. All of like Nintendo's like when all of Nintendo's IP that they own and develop the games, they never release a broken game. Sony never releases a broken game. Microsoft is the only one who does this shit. And I don't know why. Does it make any sense? Like does it actually make any sense to release a game in a broken state when your console just like when you have billions upon billions of dollars? They don't have to release a game broken. And it's not like they're like a publisher. It's not like they're a regular publisher like EA, Activision, Riot, or any of those games. No, they're not. They're Microsoft. They're a multi-trillion-dollar corporation. They can handle not releasing a game right away. They don't need. It's not like breaking their bank. They don't need to release a game right now, and they're not going to become bankrupt. So like I don't understand why. Are they afraid of the bad like publicity that they're going to get from like delaying the game? Most people are going to be fine if you delay the fucking game, as long as it's better later on. Like it doesn't make sense to me, man. Like delay the fucking game. Arcane with Redfall. Why do they not cancel the fucking game if it's that bad? Like if I was ever able to like ask questions to Phil Spencer, I would say, did you play the game? Did anybody over at Microsoft play Redfall and thought, hey, this game is really fun? Did anybody actually do that? Because it seems to me I didn't buy the game, because why would I buy the game? It just doesn't look fun. It doesn't. It doesn't look fun. So like why did he release it? Like why did he do that? Pull Blizzard and cancel the fucker, man. Let's pull Blizzard and say this game does not look fucking good. Cancel it, man. Cancel it. But Blizzard did that with Project Titan and like StarCraft Ghosts. Hell, Sony probably did that hundreds of times within the 30 years that they've been around. Does anybody seriously believe Sony has never canceled a project? Do you seriously believe that like every single game that like a Sony that touches is golden? Hell no. They're human beings too. They probably had dozens of ideas that never translated. Like the probably turn out to be shit. But what happens is they cancel it early on, and then restart in development. They make another game. Why did they not do that? Like I understand that like the game was made before like Microsoft acquired them, but even when it was getting like late into development, they should have started playing the game and was like, oh, this game does not look fun whatsoever. If we release this game, everybody's gonna shit on us and say we can't make a good game. So you know what we should do? We should maybe cancel it. You know? So what if we burn through millions upon millions of dollars releasing it? In the long run, it's way better for our brand as a whole that we cancel this project because it's not fucking fun. When you guys like remember looking at that trailer and just seeing how fucking boring the game looked? Like the game looked so boring. It just did not look fun. It looked like the most generic looter shooter of all time. It looked like Destiny if Destiny was made by like a 10-year-old. But they had the audacity to actually like release that shit. They could have canceled that and made Prey. Like a Prey 2. Like Jesus Christ, like that was fucking awful. So fingers crossed we don't get anything like that in a newest Xbox showcase. Like, please, for the love of God, we don't get anything like that. Like, this showcase needs to be fucking good. I'm not saying Starfield needs to be like I said this a while back. I said that Starfield does not need to be like Breath of the Wild level. Just make it fun. Please, for the love of God, make it fun. Like, oh my fucking God. Like, it worries me a bit that they're going to show the fucking game and it's going to run like shit. They're actually, I seriously believe like Microsoft is going to show this game and it's going to be running. Like, I don't mind if it runs at 30. Like, I know some people start flipping shit if the game is going to be running at 30 frames per second, but like, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is a game just looking fucking boring. And like, that's what I'm truly worried about. Like, it's a Bethesda game. I'm not expecting that to be like a graphical showcase like God of War or Last of Us. Nobody should be expecting Bethesda Game Studios to having like a graphical showcase type of game. If you're expecting that, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you never played a Bethesda game before. Fallout 4 was never a graphical showcase at the time. Skyrim was never a graphical showcase. When you're playing a Bethesda game, you're just expecting like a game that is like an adventure game. That you're able to do whatever you want to do. That's what we expect from like Bethesda Game Studios. And especially for Starfield. Starfield is going to have over 1,000 planets. I'm not expecting this game to be some God of War level type of game and 1,000 fucking planets, okay? I'm not expecting that. If you're expecting that, like, you're actually fucking dumb. Like, I don't know what you want from this. Especially from the engine. Everybody, like, is always saying, like throw out Bethesda's engine. You can't just throw out an engine that they've been using for 20 plus years. You can't do that. Like some people, I don't think some people know what a game engine even is. Like it's oh my god, it's just beyond me. It's literally like it's beyond me at this point. But the game is not fun, then like delay it. Delay it. That's what we have to do. If the game is not going to be fun, like I expect the game to be optimized, but I don't expect 30. I don't expect a solid 60. If it's 60, then thank fucking God. Like thank you. Actually thank you, Jesus. We're in 2023. I want 60 frames in all my games. But like I'm at the point where I just want the game to be fun. We haven't had a single player Bethesda game, or not, like we haven't had a Bethesda A-team game, like, you know, a game directed by Todd Howard and produced by Todd Howard since 2016 with Fallout 4. They've been working on this game now for almost a decade. I want the game to be good. I expect the game to at least be good. I don't expect Breath of the Wild levels of good, but I expect it to be good. But that's my entire take on like Starfield. I think I said my piece. Like I think let's see, I'll count again. 1, 2. And Exile is one of my favorite game developers of all time. I don't expect their game to come out anytime soon though. I'm fine with that. Take your time. Microsoft has talented teams. Like they really have talented teams. They have a lot of really talented developers, but they never give them the time to actually flourish. Like, I don't understand Microsoft's obsession over releasing half-baked games and also not stepping in at the right time when a developer is like having a really shit idea and a really shit product that they're making. Like, they need to have like some sort of fucking balls and say, your game is not fucking good, we're canceling it. Nintendo had the balls to do that at one of their own like studios in fucking Tokyo. With what was Metroid Prime 4. They literally had the audacity to go on YouTube and release a video that says, sorry, we're canceling this game and starting from scratch. Do that. Do that. Like, why not do that, man? Like, it makes me, like, if I was ever an executive, I would fucking do that. Like, why would I want to ruin the brand that I'm working on? Why would I want to do that, man? Does that make any logical sense? Does that make any logical sense to release a game that's gonna be fucking broken, man? Like, I don't understand any studio that fucking does that, or any any console distributor. Like, I never understood why Sony released Last of Us in that fucking state on PC. Does that make any logical sense? You probably lost money on that shit, man. They literally probably did lose money on that. If you release a game good, I would have bought it. I literally lost $70 or $60 on literally me. That's minus 60 right then and there. Meet the deadline and fix the game over time. That makes zero sense. That literally makes you literally like Redfall. Look at Redfall now. They literally showed that fucking game and nobody's playing it now. Nobody's playing that shit right now. It makes zero sense. And like, if you're a console distributor, that literally makes sense. So a console distributor is Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Both of them have over $100 billion of a net worth of over $100 billion. They can afford to they could literally afford to just say, you know what, we're going to delay the game for a year. If you can't play the game, and by the way, Last of Us is still not fixed. The game came out like 2 months ago. Like, that's how long it's been since Last of Us Part 1 came out. It makes zero sense. Just delay the fucking game. I'm tired of half-baked shit. I'm tired of well, we could just fix it later. Like, it just makes zero sense. Why fix? Don't release the game right now if it's not finished. If it's not finished, bad PR if you delay. Bad PR if you release it right now and the game is shit right now. That's bad PR. Like, it's bad PR regardless, but it's better to delay the game. If you say the game isn't done right now, people will be understanding. Like, it's just like that. Sony has plenty of good PR. They literally delayed God of War Ragnarok. I don't know if you know that, but they literally delayed God of War Ragnarok an entire year. They delayed the game an entire year. If they released a game a year prior, would you be fine with that? Because the game turned out to be a masterpiece when they delayed it an entire year. If you release a game on deadline and fix over time, people will talk about it for longer. Huh? Then why did they delay God of War Ragnarok the entire year then? If we're going by that logic. Because the game wasn't finished and the game wasn't done. That's the reason why. Why did they delay Starfield? Because the game wasn't ready then. So they delayed it an entire year. Like that's what you should do. That's what they do all the time. So I don't really understand why they did not do that for Last of Us Part 1. By the way, they also delayed Last of Us Part 1 entire year as well. Or no, Part 2 entire year as well. Plenty of studios do this all the time. They literally delayed Star Wars, not Star Wars Fallen Order, the sequel Star Wars Fallen Order, Jedi Survivors. They delayed that game like 3 months. They delayed Cyberpunk also an entire year. Then after they delayed Cyberpunk an entire year, they also delayed for another 3 months. No, Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm sorry. Would it be nearly as possible if it was a great launch? They fixed it over time and kept it alive for years. Star Wars wouldn't be nearly as popular if it was great on launch. Wait. They fixed it over time and kept it alive for years? I mean, Star Wars Battlefront 2? No, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was actually good on release. The problem with Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the monetization issues. I know, yeah, because I played the game when it first came out. No, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is great on release. The entire issue with Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a bad monetization. The loot boxes, you remember that? The pay-to-win features, like you had to pay in order to like play as Darth Vader. Yeah, no. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is completely different. There's no optimization issues. Release a halfback game, get initial pre-order / day one money, fix over time, get good or bad PR and more money. I get what you're trying to say, but at the same time, you look at like games such as, let's see, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was just as bad, but they still delayed the game an entire year, and also plus 6 months. Red Dead Redemption 2 delayed the game 2 years. They literally delayed that game 2 years, and it came out as a masterpiece with and a bunch of people bought it, like over 30 or 40 million copies. Last of Us Part 2 was delayed, and I'm pretty sure an entire year was going to release. There's plenty of people who do delays. Dead Space 2 actually was perfectly fine on like a deadline. And especially after Cyberpunk, more and more studios are actually delaying games as well. Which I'm really happy. Then the content that should have come out with the base game could be treated as DLC / updates, gain praise from community. I don't like that, because that means everybody's getting content with a half-baked game. I don't really like that point. Like it. I don't like it when a bunch of people are like, just release the game right now. Like, why would you want to play a game that's like horribly optimized, full of bugs? Like, I'm fine with games. All games have bugs. Like, I don't agree with that point. Like, I want a game to be good on release. I don't give a shit if it's delayed. Like, I really don't care. I think most people would also be fine with the delay as well. Like, why not play a game that's gonna release? Rather get a half-baked game now than perfection a year from now. I don't want that whatsoever. I don't want a half-baked game right now. Like, I don't want that. I want to be able to play a game with smooth 60 frames. I want to play a game that the developers actually wanted to make. Like, I don't want to play a game that is like dog shit right now. Like, You remember literally looking at the reviews of Last of Us Part 1 on PC, and some people couldn't even play the fucking game? Like, do you actually want that? Like, do you actually want a game that is so bad that you can't even play the game? Like, I don't want that for me personally. Like, I want to play a game that's actually going to release. Like, Imagine like a publisher having to delay a game an entire year. You want to know how bad that game must have been if they have to delay the game an entire year? Like, you have to realize how bad that game must have been if they have to delay the game an entire year. Like, I'm fine with them doing that. Like, I want to play a game. Like, I want to be able to play the game. I want to be able to play the game with the content that was meant to be when it actually comes out. Like, that's what I actually want. Like, imagine how buggy the shit must have been. Like, how bad, like, the coding must have been behind the scenes as well, in the back end as well. Like, that's just what I want to... I want to be able to play a game and it's actually gonna release. Like, just delay the fucking game. Like, I don't know why we want to play a half-baked game. Like, to me, that just... I just don't want to play a half-baked game. Like, it's literally called half-baked. Like, why do you want to play a game that's halfway finished? Like, to me, like, I just can't. I can't do that. How about, like, a fully fleshed out game? That just sounds much better, you know? Let's look at this. Players and devs don't want 100% complete games. They want to be able to drip-fed content over time. Keeps games alive, makes more money. I don't think they want that. Why would devs not want to complete their game? And, like, I think you mean executives. Developers probably never want to do that. Why would an art developer not want to be able to finish their own product? That makes zero sense to me. You seriously think that, like, a developer's worked his ass off 4 years, and then he gets shit on, and then he literally gets fucking shit on the entire time, saying kill yourself because he released a bad game? That actually happened multiple times as Cyberpunk developers. By the way, you can literally look at the tweets. Like, literally look up the tweets. Like, all the Cyberpunk developers never wanted to release that game. They never wanted that game to come out the way it was. Not a single one of them wanted that. Like, literally not a single one of them. Actually, we can look at it right now. We literally look at it right now. All right, let's look at this. Not a single one of them wanted that to come out like that. Cyberpunk developers. All right, let's look at it. Earlier this week, a video was released by CD Projekt Red to both apologize and explain in part what was wrong. Co-founder, blah, blah, blah. Jason Schreier reports on the situation after talking to multiple anonymous employees who make claims on development time from behind-the-scenes perspective. Developers at the studio felt they were pressured to work extra hours to meet release date, then joked about unrealistic. Actually, yeah, let's look at that. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, god damn it. I don't have it. Actually, I can still see it. Oh, fuck. I can't see anymore. Damn it. Oh, that's all right. I can look at this. Devs at Cyberpunk said, despite promises that crunch should not be mandatory, they felt pressure work overtime on and off for years. I can't share all the stories, but here's one on record that may help explain why it's been infuriating to see people downplay CDPR's crunch. Employees were working long hours even though... And Swinsky told staff that overtime wouldn't be mandatory on Cyberpunk 2077. More than a dozen workers said they felt pressure to put in extra hours by their managers or coworkers anyway. There are times when I would crunch up to 13 hours a day, a little bit over that. That was my record probably, and I would work 5 days a week working on that. I have some friends who lost their families because they these sort of shenanigans. Let's continue on with that. Anthem's developers talked about Bioware magic, unwavering belief that with enough hard work and crunch, employees would come together. CD Projekt was similar. When they asked for unrealistic deadlines, directors would say they were fine. They would be fine. They made The Witcher 3 after all. After here's some tidbits that are covered in peace. Veteran devs from other companies are shocked at CDPR's free-for-all production. One example, if somebody needed a shader, they would make it with no pipeline in place to determine whether someone had made one with the same function. One CDPR developer told the manager that they don't want to work overtime, as the CEO had said it would be okay. Fine, the manager said, but one of their other coworkers would just work for extra hours, make up for them. So several other developers shared similar stories. If they had years to work on the game, many years, devs need to put in the time with the expected response. Put in time. You want them to work more than 13 hours a day? I'm not gonna lie, that's a bit of a jackass type of thing to say. You literally want them to fucking die being overworked? Are you the type of person who is literally like, as like the berserk, like the person who made berserk, you want to work even more? He died from being overworked, dude. Yeah, let's go to work 18 more hours a day, dude. No one come in on Saturday. Hell no. That's a dick move to say. Just delay the fucking game. Don't let them crunch. I guess no. Hire more devs. They had over 1,000 employees, man. Just give them more time. Like Jason Schreier actually had an amazing point that you can't just, even if you hire more devs, the game isn't going to come out any faster. Actually, let's pull up that tweet. Jason Schreier. How do you spell? Okay. Jason Schreier. More devs. Now, where is that freaking tweet? Where's that freaking tweet? I remember seeing that tweet. God damn, I remember seeing that tweet. Where? Oh my god. No, it's not that one. Is it this one? Gosh dang it, why can't I find this freaking tweet? I remember him saying that like you can't just hire more devs and the games magically come out faster. Which I actually do believe. I can't find that freaking tweet, but I remember him saying that word for word actually. That more developers does not mean that game is going to come out faster. But I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find that. But I don't believe they had years to work on the game, many years. Devs need to put in more time. Like, no. Like, they're working 13 hours a day. Hell no. That's... No. Just, yeah, just work harder, bro. No, I don't believe that. Where's that freaking tweet? I can't find it. I remember him saying that. That's fine. They just work harder, bro. There's like a bunch of articles in that freaking thing regarding like Rockstar as well. Rockstar and Naughty Dog both had terrible crunch. It's so fucked up. People literally go into the hospital because they're getting overworked. It's depressing. Oh, there's a Reddit thing on this. I don't care anymore. No, I'm fine with delays. I don't want a bunch of people to be crunching to death, honestly. I don't want that. It's like, there's a reason why it's like called crunch culture. I don't like it. Delay the game if you have to. Actually, we can look up some stuff regarding crunch culture. Crunch culture. Jason Schreier. We can actually look up some Rockstar stuff. The final year of development of Red Dead Redemption 2 coming once again, but top directors decided to add black bars to the top and the bottom of every non-interactive cutscene. People care more about games to play than how many devs. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, so what? Players don't care about that. You should care about that. Like, as a human being, you don't care about people literally working 20 hours a day and fucking dying. Like, honest, I do. I guess I'm more empathetic. Like honestly, man. Like, I don't care if people care about that. I care about that. Like, I don't give a fuck about other people, honestly. If you're like that. Like, honestly, I really don't. I just think you're an awful person if you're like that. I truly do. Like, no. Like, I don't want to be working at a company and someone saying to me, yeah, work harder, bro. If I'm working like 15 to 20 hours a day, like, someone says that to me if I'm working at like, I don't know, like some software company. Like, no, I'm not doing that. It's 2023. I don't want to be doing that. It's depressing. This is kind of sad though that they're doing this. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Grand Theft Auto leaks. Honestly, Grand Theft Auto is probably really good though. People are freaking out there's like a female like protagonist. Look at all this stuff. Is it made in the 18 months since the company faced a public reckoning of like extensive overtime on their culture. Nobody talked about it though. I don't know what that means. Other than like people who are like, that's the thing with Blizzard. If you make good games, nobody's gonna talk about this. But they made dog shit games. Like that's the thing with Blizzard. If they made good games, it's same with Rockstar. Most people don't know anything about this with Rockstar because they made good games. Like, many Rockstar officers embraced a frat house-like culture that often included heavy drinking parties and excursions to a strip club. Like, nobody brought up any of this shit whatsoever. People care about crunch, but they care more about the games more. Exactly, yeah. That's seeing how bad crunch is and how things need to change, but we'll still go out and buy and play and praise those exactly. That's the thing with Blizzard. Blizzard has made shit. Blizzard has made shit. I'm just trolling, bro. Oh yeah. I already know you were. I know who you. I know you. Yeah. Obviously. That's true. Exactly. People. Yeah. Rockstar's made like amazing games. Nobody's gonna bring it up. None of that type of stuff. None of that type of stuff. Same with like, if Blizzard made good games, nobody would be talking about the like shit that happened there. But they haven't made a good game since Overwatch. When did Overwatch come out? Like, Overwatch came out in 2016. They have not made a game and they have not made a good game since 2016. Because Overwatch 2 is literally just Overwatch 1. There's no PvE. People only care about crunch if the game is bad. Yeah, literally though. Yeah. If Blizzard made a good game, I don't think anybody would really be talking about like the sexual assault stuff. Like, obviously they're gonna be talking about it when it first happens, but like, I think like 2 years from now, if they made like a really, really good game, or if the PvE, like Overwatch 2 PvE stuff is insanely good, I don't think anybody would really be talking about it, honestly. I don't think that's a good thing, obviously, but like at the same time, like come on now, like, Like, look at Riot. Look at the stuff that happened with Riot. Sexual. Like, requiring female workers to temporarily fulfill roles above their title and pay grade, then ultimately hiring a man to fill the role. Firing 2 male workers who were vocal advocates of gender diversity, objectifying women, including keeping a list of Riot Games' hottest women employees, frequent sexual jokes about rape, masturbation, and body parts. Nobody talked about any of this stuff because of Valorant and League of Legends. Nobody talked about any of this stuff. Nobody. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it is what it is. It happened. Nobody talked about it. It's fucked up, but it happened. We talk so much about the gaming industry, but never talk about socioeconomic situation in Israel. Can hear about that. Cole, no comment. My PR team told me about that. I feel like CA in any workplace doesn't really talk about that much. I agree. I actually agree. I agree. I feel like the only reason why it ever gets talked about in the gaming industry is because it's entertainment. It's part of the entertainment industry. The same reason why that one, what the hell is that one guy's name? That one producer, Holly producer harassment. What's that one guy's name? Harvey Weinstein. The same reason why the Harvey Weinstein was talked about so much now, because all that shit that came out is because he's part of the entertainment industry. I don't think any sexual harassment, assault stuff ever gets talked about in Microsoft, Apple, Google. That's because it's not part of like the entertainment industry. Gaming is, so it gets talked about by a bunch of people. But then if you make good games, it never gets talked about. The funny thing is though, Nintendo, nothing has ever came out about Nintendo with any of this shit. Not a single thing. Shit has come out about like PlayStation with Crunch and all that stuff, but Nintendo somehow is a golden goose. The golden goose is that they speak Japanese, so you're not going to get any English journalists going over to Japan and talking to some random Japanese dude about that because he can't speak English. So you're not going to hear anything about like anything that happens over at Nintendo. Now, at the same time, honestly, Nintendo seems like a very chill place to work at, because even in English-speaking studios like Retro Studios, nothing comes out about them. Because honestly, it just seems like a really nice place to work at. And hopefully, like, things are coming out about Blizzard. Like, hopefully, like, things are good at Blizzard now. Like, I don't, like... Because right now, Nintendo had crunch issues majority before Breath of the Wild began to be worked on. Yeah, no. Japan's, like, work culture is really fucked. That's not just gaming. Everywhere in Japan, like, people, like, everywhere in Asia, I think, has heavy overworking issues. I know, like, China, they have, like, what is it called? China... what is it called? I know it's called something. It's like 993. That's what it's called. Working hours 993. Yeah, this is what they have. Yeah, the 993, 996 culture, which employees work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days per week. That's just Asian culture in general. Asian culture like revolves around like working themselves to death. It's just really fucked. Same in Japan as well. It's really messed up. But tomorrow, I'm going to be reacting to the Sony showcase. I was saying earlier, I expect some good things from Sony. I really, really, really do. If we don't get it, then, you know, if we don't get any good games, we can be a bit disappointed. We have not had a showcase since, let's see, Sony showcase. Oh, Spider-Man? We're guaranteed something from Spider-Man. When was the last Sony showcase? A Sony showcase. Come on now. ...2021. We have not had a PlayStation showcase since 2021. I pray to God that we see some good shit. I want some good shit. Please. Can we please get good stuff? But I knew you were trolling. No, Luke. Yeah, I already knew you were trolling. I know you're not like some dude who wants people to fucking work themselves to death. Like really, like who wants someone to like fucking die from being overworked? No. Oh, let me put that back on. Bum, 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 bum. I expect Spider-Man 2. I think it's kind of guaranteed we're gonna get Spider-Man 2. Honestly, I can look. If people died for Red Dead 2, I might. If people died for Red Dead 2, people were overworked working on Red Dead 2, but people were put in like. I remember for Last of Us Part 2, people were put in the hospital. I remember the stream reported they're put in a like hospital for working on that game. That's nutty. That is nutty. This might be just hypothetical. Might allow that to slide. No, dude. Red Dead 2, you could tell the amount of work they put in that game. Red Dead 2 is so fucking good. Red Dead 2 is so good. The only game that I won from PlayStation is whatever like Sony Santa Monica is working on. Where is it? Does it say? Technical artist? How much are they making? That's not a lot in LA, man. That's not that much money. That's kind of a little fucked. Okay. Knowledge of Maya and computer graphics, ability to write and clean. It doesn't say. I know Corey's working on another game. I want to know. I really want to know. Dang it. We don't know, man. I love Sony Santa Monica. Look how cool that studio looks as well. Dude, that looks like such a cool studio. The God of War, like look at Kratos in the back. One day I want to like do like a watch party with the God of War documentary. I want to do a watch party with this because I feel like most people have never seen this before. This is such a good documentary about like the story of them making God of War. It's I like this is such a good like documentary. It kind of like showcases like
What do I want to say with this story? Yeah? What do you want to say with this story? What do you think? What do you think with this story? I think running away is what I want to say with this.
all right. I feel like I might end it here. Yeah, it's hour and 30. I'm gonna end it here. Tomorrow I am going to be reacting to the PlayStation showcase. I might do that with the boys. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I feel like there's gonna be quite a bit. I mean, I don't know how long the showcase is. We kind of know how long the Xbox showcase is. It's 90 minutes, and then there's a 30-minute Starfield trailer. But I don't know how long the PlayStation showcase is going to be because we don't know how long they're going to showcase Spider-Man and all that stuff, but we will find out. Tomorrow I'm going to talk a little bit before the trailer or the showcase happens. That's all. I'll talk to you guys